Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the screencast lesson, Math 12R classes, on multiplying matrices. As we looked at with adding and subtracting matrices, they have to have the same dimensions. Not so with multiplying, okay? You can only multiply two matrices if and only if the number of columns in the first equals the number of rows in the second. So this one, number of columns in the first equals the number of rows in the second. The resulting matrix is a 2 by 2, which are the two outside numbers. So first we have to make sure the number of columns in the first matrix equals the number of rows in the second. If it doesn't, the product is undefined. You can't multiply them. Okay? So if we look at the rules, it says after you've made sure that the dimensions are correct, you multiply the elements of each row of the first matrix by the elements of each column in the second matrix and add the products. But there's a specific way to do that. So what you need to do is you have to write the first matrix down. So matrix A. 7, 0, 5, and 3. Okay. And we're going to multiply by matrix B. So I'll put the B up here. 3, 4, 1, and 2. So that's where we're starting. So A times B. Now these you need some extra space. So we're going to multiply the first row here by the first column there. Okay, so we have 7 times 3 plus 7 times 3, 0 times 1. That will be the first element in the new matrix. The second element is going to be 7 times 4 plus 0 times 2. And we'll multiply those and add them later on. So for the two elements down here, we're going to multiply the 5 times the 3 and the 3 times the 1. 5 times 3 plus 3 times 1. Then we'll multiply the 5 and 3 by the 4 and 2. 5 times 4 plus 3 times 2. So now we'll clean all those up at the end. Let's look at the first element. 7 times 3 is 21. 0 times 1 is 0. 21 plus 0 is 21. 7 times 4 is 28. 0 times 2 is 0. So 28 plus 0 is 28. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 1 is 3. 15 plus 3 is 18. Then 5 times 4 is 20. 3 times 2 is 6. 20 plus 6 is 26. So you're going to multiply these two times those two. And that's how we got this. 7 times 3, 0 times 1. Then we're going to multiply the 7 and the 0 by the 4 and the 2. 7 times 4, 0 times 2. Now we'll multiply the 5 and the 3 by the 3 and the 1. 5 times 3, 3 times 1. Then we multiply the 5 and the 3 times the 4 and the 2. 5 times 4, 3 times 2. So when you multiply them out and add them together, this is the resulting matrix. This is A times B. That's the screencast. I didn't want to do too much of this in one lesson. Go back and replay it if you need to, and also reread the directions. You're multiplying the elements of each row of the first matrix by the elements of each column in the second. Okay? So if you need to go back and replay the screencast, that's fine. You should do so, and maybe try doing this on your own. So thank you for tuning in to Math 12R screencast lesson on multiplying matrices.